So, as your relationship developed, when it was more of a one-on-one thing, actually seeing each other in person, how long did it take before you thought everything that she said online she misrepresented herself when she was talking online?
That was probably 6, 8 months, maybe a year down the road. And it wasn't major things, it was just little things that people say, yeah, we could do that or whatever. And then when you actually go to do it, it's like, yeah, I'm not really interested in that. Or just even littler things like, you know, you ask, somebody says they're a U2 fan, and you're like, okay, are you pre-Joshua Tree U2 or post-Joshua Tree U2? And they have no idea what you're talking about. You're like, well, how can you say you're a U2 fan when you don't even know the basics of their music?
Did that, little things like that, kind of throw a flag up?
No, not at the time. Because we still have a lot in common and things like that. It probably should have, but I just chose to ignore
it. When do you think your communication with her started to really fall apart?
That was definitely probably 2 years into our marriage, when I started working 80, 90 hours a week, and she basically just took advantage of that and took that for granted that, you know, because her first husband had made a lot of money, and she was now able to be back to where she was a stay-at-home mom, more or less, and she enjoyed that lifestyle, whereas I was just doing it to try and get ahead, but not supporting her and her kids necessarily in that way. I mean, to me, it's a partnership. So, me working 80, 90 hours a week and her not doing anything, we just started falling apart from there.
Did you try to go to a marriage counseling and try to talk it out, or?
I asked her to, and I went to one, and basically the response from her was, I'm not going because basically what I say is how it's going to happen. And I was like, okay, well, that's not going to work.
So, do you feel that chat rooms or dating services can be deceiving, or do you think certain people are deceiving and it's not necessarily the chat room?
No, it's absolutely the people. You know, dating services, especially the way they're set up, are very, very specific in the information they ask you and things like that. It's up to the person to be honest, and unfortunately, as we've found on Craigslist and things like that, honesty is not just such a common thing anymore. So you really, really have to be careful. I wouldn't do it again, personally, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. I think it's great for some people.